The beauty of it all is that you can tell they are supporters, and for those of you that are wondering where the noises are coming from, the main grandstand just under the angle at which we're showing you the game is where most of them are packed. So you see out on the far side are missing what's happening under our cameras, and there are a whole host of supporters from both the nations of Zambia and Malawi. So let's now look at the starting 11s here for both these sides as they go through the pre-match formalities here and get closer and closer to kickoff. Now, for Malawi, if they are able to come up with the 3 points here today and the win at the end of the evening, it'll be seen as a statement, a true statement of intent against what is seen as one of the tournament favorites in this Zambian squad that stands before you. And having a look at the Zambian squad here, they will look to a few players to come out and shine. And Mulambia, for one, is a threat. Mashata, as well as Kampamba in the creative areas, Willie, will also look to come up with a goal or supply some of the action.
Yeah, Libamba alongside Mulambia up front, the two strikers. It's rare to see a coast that will attack with two, but that's the situation in this case. But obviously, it's the movement of the players in that middle of the park alongside Kotane and Kapumbu that will be sure to deliver the quality of passes going forward.
That's the Zambian side. Now things will, of course, stand for them. Now, time for Malawi's starting 11 to, of course, reveal itself with one player that will be crucial sitting in front of the back three. For this Malawian side, your picture right now is Kawanga as they go through their drills wearing the number 10 on his back. He, of course, will be one of the two again that is playing up front is Kawanga. But Aaron sitting in front of the back four wearing the number 6 on his jersey will also be crucial in shoring things up between the creative and the defensive end of the field.
A reformation, of course, playing with three at the back is a Malawi, but it's the wingbacks that will come into the party in a big way. That is Saiz and Lungu, who will be spearheading, creating a bit of width and supplying those two up front.
So, legends on one end, that's Moses Sishwane. And an interesting question, William Shonga asked him about Zambia being favourites. He played that down as any coach would do, but you can be sure of it, there's pressure on Zambia, not just because they are Zambia with 6 wins, but if they do win this edition, they will move one above Zimbabwe to outright be the nation that's won the most COSAFA Cups. Right now they're tied with Zimbabwe on 6 each. Here's another legend, Patrick Mabedi, looking to be the first to lead Malawi to glory in the COSAFA Cup, and my oh my, he himself is a team here that has the ability to make a bit of a statement, especially with what they do here this evening.
The rivalry, of course, is what remains between those two, which will inspire Malawi as much maybe as they're not on the same level as Zambia, but it's this type of games that will give them a push to see if they can really claim the glory ahead of the more favorable side.
So Zambia to get the action underway, then attacking the left of your picture, whilst Malawi will attack the right. And while the opening, 20 or so minutes will be crucial here in seeing which of these two sides drives the momentum. Could be, of course, if you are just joining us, has seen action earlier on in the day. And the aim now for both these nations is to not only win the match, but end on top of Comores, who beat Seychelles earlier with a comfortable 3-0 scoreline. It was that comfortable for Comores, and may not be as comfortable for whoever wins here.
Yeah.
And because of that, they may not take up top spot in the group.
Exactly. And which, of course, has already created pressure, but they'll still be hoping that against the Seychelles, maybe that's where the goal average might pick up a little bit, but they still have to win this game to start with.
Now, Malawi with the early touches here. That's a nice touch defensively. That was a nice little turn on the defensive ending from Maluma. From a physical standpoint to a point where you have to turn, twist, chest the ball, protect it, and earn the goal kick. showed some level of skill for the central defender.
Already you can see the intensity with which this game has started. The movement, the quickness of the passes, the runs of the ball, and the pace with which the transition happens is of a high level.
Now the Zambia with the throw here. So they look to keep the opponents on the back foot. That's nicely anticipated. With Aaron now looking to kickstart the move, pushing forward here for Malawi. Mention of pushing Aaron's role is here, putting just in front of that back three behind him. That's excluding the wingbacks, of course, that will be pushing on. So his ability to break down those attacking moves and kickstart the counter-attacks will be vital for the man wearing the number 6 on his back. Yes, the one is back in a good area there, really. My apologies, but you were about to say?
Yeah, you know, 3 can be deceiving because what happens is when those wingbacks come back, it's almost like you're defending 6, almost. Yeah. So, depending on how quick do they recover would be the big question mark.
A few touches in there from a Malawian point of view have already gotten the crowd excited. Zambia working infield through Mampamba. Now put the space out on the far side as the Zambians pushing forward, looking for the byline. Solid challenge. Nicely done then by Lumu, one of those 2 wingbacks that we were discussing a moment ago. Zambia pushing forward, nice little 1-2, great movement of the ball here. Just a little too much on the ball through, but they found the eye of the needle and they found the opening, or created it at the least.
Good speed off his line is entirely to be able to put a stop into an attempt to find that last touch. And very quick, very alert, and that will be very important because Zambia being a ball-playing team as well, they'll be trying to need those crossing and attacking there to try and dissect the Malawian defense. So keeper has to be on the ready just about all the time.
Yep, really. 110 fielded here inside the opening 4 minutes. There is a level above what we saw earlier, not disrespect to the 2 teams in action earlier on in the day. Intensity is certainly there for all to feel here in these early stages and exchanges. Nice little touch in midfield here to buy time and space. Thought about going backwards, but forward is the way to go. Wow. 2 or 3 eliminated, and then again the crowd showing his appreciation, the positive outlook in trying to go forward. Sanu back across the 3 to Chembeze. Dano with the ball forward. Zambians now struggling to hold on to it in the middle of the park for the time being. So with that on the far side, and pace will come as well. Nicely read Aaron to the good start to the game so far. He's ball through, will catch his teammate offside, but he's read that now twice, where he's broken up the defense into attack immediately, Aaron.
But look at the defensive line of the Zambians and how they were able to hold the line and not follow the runner, which put him in a position where he fell offside. That for me is great timing. That's good understanding of one another in being able to hold the line in that fashion.
Now, the pressure on this near side, still Malawi able to keep it moving. Well, he was under pressure then, was Saizi. In the end is called for the foul. This is start for Saizi. The Malawian team plays for Bangwe All-Stars back home in Malawi. Looking at this starting 11 from a Malawian point of view, they, barring 2, all play their club football in Malawi. The 2 that don't are Dennis Chembeze, as well as Kaonga. Kaonga plays in Zambia for Zanaco. Chembeze is in the books of Black Leopards in South Africa.
But I'm sure those that only know how would by now know that the Black Leopards were relegated from the first division. And the question is he going to stay?
Yep.
Or is he already been freed of his contract to look for greener pastures?
Then when you look up the bench that being Malawi, there is one more player that also plays his club football for Zenoco out in Zambia. That is Chifundo Pass. Now, Zambians here have it in the middle of the park, and interesting to see how Malawi have got to stifle their movement and dominance in the middle of the park. There's a man in the kid. It's 3 times now he's come up with impressive defensive displays. His passing going forward, not that great this time around, but dominant.
Reads the ball very well. If you are able to see a midfielder, defensive midfielder, being able to nick the ball ahead of another midfielder, that says a lot about his ability to read the game.
That's a lovely ball, great movement. Now the Zambians with the ball across that they're hoping will earn them a corner. That's more like it, but defensively then, one man who needed to be at the money and was Sanuri.
Very experienced in that right fullback position. He covers very well. Marse, one of the central defenders for Malawi.
Pulling. Well, keeper. Look as though he had lost his head for a moment. His handling came into question, but it all settled quite nicely in the end, and all's well that ends well.
Listen, he was flowing. I mean, he went his right and brought into his left hand side like in one movement, and that's why at some stage I thought, is he going to make it? But very calm about it. That could have been very embarrassing.
Now, keeping it moving here. The Malawans, no joy with the early ball forward, so Zambia are looking to push forward through White Yaine. Very even game here. It's at the opening 9 or so minutes. Either one of these two sides has really pushed on to take the early initiative. Malawi probing. Aaron taking the time about things here. Zambia having men all inside their own half defensively. On the ball there, Sanudi forced backwards as Zambia look to apply a bit of pressure. Still, Malawi able to keep it moving and keep it away from the joint most successful nation in COSAPA Cup history. Of course, for the city of Durban, it's a joy for them to play host to the COSAPA Cup for a 3rd time now, and the city over the years has become a point of reference when it comes to sporting events and hosting them and welcoming other countries and such to the shores. As the shot comes in from range, and the keeper not only needs 1 but 2 attempts to hold on to it. That's so impressive in the end, but well, they liking what they see. Malawi asking some serious questions about the Zambians.
Comedy player coming from deep in the middle, with the defenders seemingly backing off him, saw the opportunity to unleash one powerful shot, and the goalkeeper seems to be comfortable on it, but somehow the ball spills out of his hands and recovers well though.
Lovely skill from Aaron. Not only does he have the timing for the defensive side of the game, he's also got the footwork and the passing, as we've seen already, going forward. And anytime he touches the ball, they seem to enjoy it. The Malawian fans, they go up in decibels just a notch whenever gets involved. Clearly one of the favorites.
Once again, the power of this competition for me, how coaches are able to unleash this young talent into that international space. And with a few games at this level already, he could be smelling coffee in as far as a chance into the senior team. I'm talking playing now the other competitions like the Nations Cup qualifier, World Cup qualifiers coming up. Lots to look forward to.
Indeed, lots to look forward to. A few nations already have secured their places in the next Nations Cup or Cup of Nations. So they will be using this to build, while others are using this tournament to prepare for those qualifiers. Now, another threatening ball through, then flag didn't in fact go up offside then, so not too worries here from a Zambian point of view. From Malawi over the last 5 or so, they seem to have settled. And over the last 5, one could argue, that they are enjoying the movement of the ball and where it's at all through Aaron here.
Evenly matched, more than anything. But yes, you're right. I think Malawi is a little bit more aggressive in entering the attacking third with combination play.
But I have to agree with you, evenly matched thus far. Strength coming to the fore here. And a good forward play, held it up nicely, turned the defender not once but twice. Then brings others into it. Lovely ball from Kampamba to that far side. Kapumbu. Top of the shoulder, creates space and time.
Wrong turn into the traffic, but
Still
gets away with it.
Yeah. Aaron, more hopeful this time with his ball forward than anything. Hardly any separating these two sides for those that are maybe just joining us here inside the opening 15 minutes. Zambia, of course, do have the pleasure of being champions of COSAFA, not only in the men's game, but in the women's game currently at the same time. Not too many nations have had the pleasure of being able to boast just ruling the tip of the continent on both the men's and female sides.
I just hope this will be a great lesson to follow the other leaderships within the region as far as how focused is Zambia into their sports. They really are doing quite a lot, starting from the lower ranks, the juniors, and they really are building up something that looks like it's going to be bright. It's no wonder that they qualified for this Nations Cup, even beating Black Super in the process. The development that has been going on has really been unbelievable, and we can only hope that they go further because they're doing the right thing, and let everybody learn from that.
Well, the beauty of it all is it's not just from a playing point of view. A couple of years ago in the Lesotho had a chance to call a competition. A couple of years ago, literally, there's some 5 games, I think the recent 5 games. And the activities then moved up a notch, of course, to another age group. For the qualifiers last year in the Swatini now, so that was a year later, they moved up along with the coaching department and the technical team as well, so everybody got to step up, you know what I mean?
And a big part of this team is the results of that graduation that happened some 5-6 years ago. If you look at the age group.
Now, pull in. There's a chance possibly. Could still be a chance here for Malawi. Just for times defensively then for the Zambians, and well, they survived it all at the expense of a corner.
Well, you got to start looking at the attempts made by Malawi now. They begin to maybe shoot ahead of the Zambians.
Was the flop? Oh, shot and one goal! The Malawians just turn the screws and apply the pressure, and in the end, what looked a routine header clear went in the wrong direction, and it's Zambia that concede. Malawi 1 up.
Just what we were saying, the entries and the attempts are beginning to look like they're in favor of Malawi. And they're marching on. But let me tell you, I'm not sure what Gwen was doing, because he seems to deliberately face his own goal as he makes the header. The ball could only go one way, into his own goal.
Wow, for Patrick Mabedi, it's just what he and his side needed here. The early initiative, we mentioned how important the opening 20 minutes would be, and seeing which of these two sides would, of course, go on to take the initiative. They started to show a bit of dominance, just a light bit, and look.
He basically gets put off by his own defender. He's out of balance. He can't swing his head to defend the ball against going his side.
No pressure from any opponents. It's his own teammates. Terribly unfortunate.
How unlucky can you be by
Katebe? But they'll have to shut it off and move on with life.
Right, yeah, yes. That's the only way you can deal with it. Can't dwell on it that long.
And for Malawi, so their fans are now gotten into it. They are full voice. And on top of that, they want them to push on here and really go on to really put Zambia to the sword if they can. But we'll make things interesting is what the Zambian response will be to this. Still plenty of time remaining on the board here.
Believe it or not, Malawi coming into this competition as a national team, they only had one session because of the league finishing so late. So it took a little bit of time for Mabedi and company to put the team together. So he'll be very excited in how they've come out with gun blazing in this fashion.
And well, that's a good quarter plus. Nicely dealt with defensively, but Zambia keep the pressure on here. That's down on the far side. He's taking a deflection as it flowed into the box. That cross. And again, Malawi able to deal with it now. Comes on the counter attack here. Isolated, but numbers are arriving slowly. That's nicely done in buying time for his teammates to make their way up the field. Now, and they get another chance. Yes, can they finish it off? No! Just the landing challenge in, and it was on the money, and they got the decision. Malawi are looking good for another.
It's amazing what a goal can do. Hey? Suddenly, Kumwembe here, I mean, he had that goal for the longest and he seems to stumble, and I thought the opportunity was gone, but he still had the composure to lay it into the far side, and the movement continued. Goalkeeper Mulenga did very well too, but maybe the only concern about the goalkeeper's punch away was towards the oncoming traffic.
Now, Zambia are looking for a response here. Nicely done, getting to the pry line and running the corner. What numbers in there? 4 away from the classroom, spread outside nicely across the box. They still are a threat, and while you'll be aware of this, well, the coach of Malawi, that being a man who, of course, is a legend himself and is enjoying a special day here, as are all Malawians worldwide. William Song, it's Independence Day in Malawi today.
Well, I guess the communities out there didn't have to go to the stadium to celebrate like it used to happen in the past. This is their celebration.
And also, guess what? There's another nation as we look back here at the Incident League Challenge. Should be okay to continue. But as we mentioned, it's a special day for Coach Mabedi and all from Malawi, since they are celebrating Independence Day today, but they aren't the only ones. Comores also enjoying the Independence today. They won 3-0, so maybe it's a bit of an omen as to what will happen in this match.
It's not going to be a long night.
Yeah.
That can only hope so. Which was the question that I heard to the coach earlier on, is that these youngsters, I'm talking about Moses Shone, whether these players are up to the task to be able to represent the senior team that has achieved a big landmark in qualifying for the Nations Cup and against top side in the continent.
Well, top indeed. And, well, here's the goal. Let's embrace these two sides here. They got it completely wrong, those two defenders. Completely wrong.
Now looking at it once again, I think Atebe had the intentions to clear.
Yeah, turn with it.
But then the nudge from his own defender is what puts him off, and such that he doesn't quite get the angle right in getting that header, clearing header right.
Good movement to the far side. And good challenge. Guess who? Aaron. With that initial challenge I saw Malawi go on to clear the danger, but he's been telling inside the opening 20. He certainly has. And of course his name jumped out at us early on.
Yes.
That's because we're just looking at his name. And not sure about his last name, whether it's Aaron. Full name Lloyd Benega Aaron, for those of you just wondering. Wearing the number 6 jersey. Plays for Civil Service United FC. Back home.
And the next thing I was wondering if he was of any other color than
Yeah. And he comes out and he's got dreadlocks. It's very dark.
can't help but remember the Malungo brothers.
Yeah.
Brilliant in that middle of the park. Kennedy in particular was unbelievable. Smooth glides over defenders. I mean, he was a marvel to watch. Came to South Africa, officiated for the Mamelodi Sundowns side, but I feel like he should have done a whole lot better than he did. Lives in South Africa, by the way.
Yeah.
I've spoken, I think, about 4 years ago. He lives in the south of Johannesburg. I bumped into him somewhere and started reminiscing about the old times. Oh, it was unbelievable.
Now, header. To clear. Interesting stat as far as ball possession goes, and they sort of back the points we were making leading up to the goal. The ball possession stats. Malawi was slightly one with more ball, and was telling in the moments leading up to the goal, and they're still enjoying not only getting the ball in these sort of areas, but look at the numbers they've got around that final third. Chance could be coming up here, lovely skill, and again, desperate times defensively, yes, no chance, but hearts and throats moments for the Zambians on a few occasions.
I mean, once he turns in that box, I mean, depending on which leg is the most powerful, that could have been very destructive. But I guess the pressure is enough to put him off slightly.
He's doing a good job of maintaining their role in just trying to whirl this Malawian side forward. The supporters, they've sensed the goal coming, one could argue, in the moments leading up to the goal, but they've been great since then. Nice down on that far side until that final delivery. The hold-up was nice from a Zambian point of view. Actually, support arriving in the different departments with the overlapping defender as well. Space on the near side here for Sanudi. Chimbezi thought about going up, you know, thought twice of it. Now, taking away in the dangerous area. Mbamba. The team was trying to do with the no-look pass and the reverse pass. Guess who stood in the way? Aaron. Now the Zambians have got to push on forward, yeah. Good movement on the overlap out on that far side. How good is the ball in? Chibeshi will settle for the corner. Plays for Red Arrows Football Club out in Zambia. There's the right back that's earned in the corner. Boko taking charge. Ball in near post. Threat there from a Zambian point of view. That's what they like to see when things aren't working out in open play, when you start to
Yes.
pose a bit of a threat from a dead ball situation is always encouraging. Now, you need to worry about the counter-attack. The initial touch is outstanding. Men over the far side, and the defensive play and positioning then was crucial in denying Malawi another chance at goal at least.
A wonderful opportunity, and the presence of mind to realize that there's player running on the far side. It's the execution that let him down. The ball is not high enough to go past the defender positioned in the center.
Well, different sides of Malawi we've seen now over the last 25 or so minutes with him, Shomwe. They can play with the opponents being in front of them and they're coming at them. They can also hit you on the counter-attack, as we just saw recently. They've got the pace, they've got the ability. Very well balanced and good-looking Malawi side so far inside the opening 27.
That is if you are able to free the wing backs in that fashion. Certainly it gives you that opportunity to play from a one long pass coming from deep in the middle with the right width created. Yes, it's always possible. Which makes me think sometimes that the five in that middle has stifled the Zambians trying to break through. So it's working so far. A possible chance that maybe for the Zambians.
There's a shot from range. It's wide from Kampamba, and he's popped up in the most central area now, having left the left side of the field where he started the game from for the most part. Nothing wrong with that opportunity. Just wide of the mark. Had the keeper wide, by the way.
Every now and then it's nice to see that level of confidence to strike the ball so sweet, though it was always spinning away. But you don't have to walk the ball into the back of the net. If you have the players that can do the business on some range, provide them that little bit of space to do so.
Let's go, man. Coming up with a brilliant moment then, just minus the shot being on target, but a good attempt nonetheless. One of the moments of the half for Zambia in this first half. Nice touch, early ball in! That was nicely done, Sanusi, as far forward as we've seen him here on this near side, but the pace at which it all happened, the decision-making and movement was nice to see from Malawi.
And to ping that kind of a cross and find your striker under lots of pressure, he was able to just get a touch. And I can imagine that the defender being even just a second behind, that could have been a great opportunity.
They continue to remind us that they are a threat, the Malawans. Now, Zambia looking to return the favor. Well, one thing you can be sure of is the keeper picks up here with no problems whatsoever. Muntali is that scouts all across South Africa, Southern Africa will be watching, including other parts of the continent and the world as well. They will be paying attention. They, of course, will be here in I think we need those around to be keeping tabs. And it's a nice chance for some of these youngsters to impress and make names for themselves and move on. Half an hour in, it's Malawi that have made the impression so far against the mighty Zambians as they lead with Dakatebe scoring an own goal, but Malawi creating other moments outside of that have made them a real threat. It's not just about the own goal.
You mentioned that Malawi does play a little bit of mixed football. Given the opportunity, they can play a bit of transition, but there's also great build-ups that are played at such a high pace, lots of intensity in their game. But I still feel like maybe the coach will have to deal with that five of Malawi in that middle to see how does he now neutralize them or open them up. Like I said, for me, it's the wide positions where Zambia might be able to create a little bit of width, because if you have three at the back, that means that those side areas, there's always a slight chance that you can open them. But the recovery, we've seen Lungo as being able to drop back at time to, stop the rot. So is Siazi or Saizi.
Well, for the Zambians, with half an hour of football played, the one concern will be the fact that they don't have a shot on target as yet. Only one nation does, and that's Malawi. There are a few of them. Malawi also has had more chances created than the Zambians, outside of those that are on target. The numbers are very much in favor of Malawi, including ball possession stats. Now,
it's all happening in that middle.
Yeah. There's a chance at a one-on-one on this near side. Cutting in field to try and chase off with a shot. You can see what he's trying to do. As could the defender conceded the corner. But it's uncomfortable time for the Zambian defense. It's not all going their way. And they're coming in from all sides here to cause problems.
Inverted. He drops the shoulder to the left, creates himself a little bit of an inch of space to the right, and he was looking bending to that top corner, and he got that deflection. That's the thing about inverted wingers. Once they cut into the inside, it's like an open route to goal. Now, as they often say, lightning doesn't strike twice.
Not from corners, does it? There's a header that went the wrong way for a moment. And I'd be thinking, what can't be another own goal? Nice footwork here. Good recovery here on the defensive end that could turn into an offensive play for the Zambians. Oh, that's beautifully done. Good burst of pace as well. What can they conjure up here, the Zambians? Space on the far side. Ran into traffic. Good promising for a moment.
But there's a bit of hesitation. Got to the ball and took a few seconds to decide what he wants to do with it.
Now the Zambians with the ball in a very good area here. Again, they've got numbers. Good ball in. And they find the yards for the shots is the question. From range, it's always going high, always going wide. Big challenge for the likes of Wataine, Kabamba, Mashaita, and Colombia now is getting it right inside the final third. The right pass, the right decision making, the right combination of movement and passing that may create a chance for them, a clear-cut chance. At times it's impressive until it gets to that final third.
Pressure in the middle makes it such that they can't progress through with clarity. They get held up by the numbers, which I still feel like, I think Zambia, maybe that's how they were training. They keep forcing their way directly, and yet creating width is one area that can beat a team playing with three.
Tell you what, Mbamba's decided he's going to take up any position he takes up, especially out towards that far side of the central areas. Turning up to the left. Now, that puts a Comores to stretch this defense just a bit. Machata. He's moved over to the near side. Mbamba's out in the far. Those are the two that have swapped positions. And they're trying to shake this up a bit. Tell you what, no matter what happens now going forward, William Shongwa, there's a bit of a talking to here for Kawanga, who seems to be struggling. Chawanangwa Kawanga plays for Zanaco out in Zambia. Spoke of him a little bit earlier. But whatever happens from this point going forward, Patrick Mabedi can be sure of one thing. His side are marked men now. Even if they're going to lose this game, there's portions of it where they've made statements here inside the opening 35 where everybody else is sitting and taking note. Okay, we may have a problem when it comes to this Malawi side. Let's start to work them out now before we face them.
Motivation seems to be a little bit higher than that of Zambia. I mean, if Zambia were to come out with the guns blazing as well, I think they'll be able to make them. But I think it's the attitude that the Zambians came out with. Remember, sometimes you can go too far ahead of yourself, and up until you hit the ground, things that will be you might be disappointed. You can come on such a high and only to be disappointed with that first game. I think they're in that very situation. Here's a chance. They're offside.
Yep, that's gone up, yep. They were excited for a moment when they thought they had seen one of their own going through.
With only about 10 minutes or so into the half, I'm sure Shoshone will be looking for an opportunity to help them settle down and look into the approach to see how can they change around. Because certainly it's not the team that the coach expected to start.
There's Aaron. Good first touch, followed up by the header that's kept it moving here with Kaonga. They appreciate the pull out wide to the fans with a couple of players now on the edge of the box. They probe. Sanudi looking for Aaron. The challenge to win it back here for the Zambians now. Back on this near side is Kampamba, looking for the movement coming from deep. It's nicely done here and could present the chance for the Zambians. Kampamba looking for the 1-2. And he's broken down here with Aaron having a chance to clear. Zambia bringing it right back here, looking to keep the pressure on. Early ball. That's nicely done by Zambia. They really are keeping the opponents on the front foot and forcing a few areas, or errors I should say, defensively. Kampamba. Now could be a chance here. But the defender doing a great job of staying goal side and denying a possible early shot.
And also, just besides staying goal side, other defenders would have dived in and easily creating a possibility of even a set piece, a penalty shot. But that wasn't the case, which was very clever. You don't want to temper with fate when you're in that area.
I hope he's not a dislocated shoulder. That's a problem here. Didn't look that serious initially, so I'm hoping it's not that serious. As I will give him as much as enough time as he needs. Of course, the goalkeeper Montali, but I can tell you he's in a great deal of pain here, and it may very well be a dislocated shoulder. Let's pop it back in.
A little one that didn't look too stressed.
Yeah.
Was it Lebamba who climbed over him?
So, with Montali struggling, they will have to look quite possibly at Innocent Nyasulu, who is on the bench. That's for mighty Mukuru Wanderers, as the reserve keeper, if you will, in inverted commas. No, showing, you spent your entire career as a goalkeeper, of course, and wanted to know this sort of injury, where shoulders are getting dislocated and such, is something that's common amongst goalkeepers, or?
Hardly, it only happened once to me.
Oh, it happened to you?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say common. It's not something that we'll expect to happen maybe over a number of times this season or so, but it can happen.
How did it happen to you, if you don't remember?
Yes, it was exactly the same situation. I was going for a high ball, and I attacked the black came from behind and flattened my shoulder.
Well, I don't think it's as serious as yours was.
I was able to finish the game.
Really?
But then I was out for like 2 weeks.
Oh, you still finished the game?
Yes, I still finished.
So they popped it back in?
Under a lot of pain. Under a lot of pain.
Wow. What are the chances? I was just asking you, think you maybe you've heard of it happening to someone else?
No. Listen. You know, when the doctor says, no, it's not serious, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, okay. But you feel something wrong here.
Now, Malawi would love to take the lead into the halftime break here. 5 minutes remaining in this first half. It's been a great half for them. Could get even better. Strength and pushing forward, getting to the byline. Not too many numbers to choose from. Finds the right man, and so close to goal number 2. Oh, they've done everything right until that moment, Sean. Everything.
Incredible. I mean, that's brilliant play. The power with which he went past the defender. And then from there, he had almost just about plenty time to be able to view the opposite side, to see him corner coming, and let the ball intentionally to find it. And look at how I'm going to align himself to be able to hit it on the volley.
That's the only option he had.
The only option he had. And
Corner, and he found it beautifully.
man.
Beautifully. Headed up for the shot, but he had to swing that foot.
Listen, the next thing I wanted to see from such a beautiful play
Bouncing
was the
net,
next
yeah.
bouncing. Just to conclude to what would have been a very successful movement.
Yeah, some plays do deserve goals at the end of them. Either that or they deserve standing saves at the end of them.
Yeah.
Nicely done here by the Zambians. So, 42 minutes here means the halftime break, should the scoreline stay this way, will be crucial for Moses showing it. No. Firstly, solve the midfield 5 problem for Costa showing it. Find a way to create clear-cut chances, which has been another thorn in his side. And on top of all of that, trying to deny Malawi creating those moments that they've created where they come close to finding or extending their lead. So much to work out, so little time. There's another player who's been very impressive. Left the 21 on his back, Saizi. Nice. Saizi still has won the corner, nicely done. They're loving it in the stands.
He was looking for it. He was looking for it. Waited long enough. There was a moment he could have put that ball through for a runner, but he deliberately bounces off the defender.
Also, it keeps Zambia, most importantly, put back here at the dying moment of the half.
But I like the country nature of Kumwembe. He's always available, he's ready to run forward.
There's the ball in, and he has a chance! Oh, what a save!
Wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, flags up, but still, what a save, Shongwe. I thought you'd appreciate that more than anybody else. Came out, made himself big in a flash. He had a split second to decide that.
So the only thing you can do as a goalkeeper to give yourself even that slightest of chances to make the block is being able to read as quick as you can whether you can come out or stay. There was no two ways about that when he needed to come out.
Also, we'll see, hopefully, how close it was. But couldn't be sure. He had to make the play. You know what I mean? As a goalkeeper, then you can't be sure if
No.
it's offside or not. You
No,
just have to make the play.
You don't take that chance.
You make the play and leave the offside decisions up to the officials. You make the play. That's what I appreciated about that decision. You didn't leave the hope to charge.
Indeed.
Good ball to the far side here. Couple already getting in the box here. Inviting the early ball. Keeping the Zambia defense honest until the very last here. 9 seconds and they're still trapped inside the old final third. And looking at the time, but let's get your thoughts of this half.
Listen, I must be honest. With all that is...
Chance! Oh, what a save! What a save! Hardly had a save to make all match long. Finally, Zambia getting on target in the 9 seconds of the half. And what a save! Getting applause from those on the bench as well.
The Bamba coming a little bit late, delayed run into the box and gets the spot of that cross, and it only took Charlie to be able to make that save. That's the dangerous moments of the game, critical moments they call it in football, whereby the lapse of concentration becomes a problem.
Put it on the near post, and I tell you what, Brighton Montali with an important play, as important as the goal scored, right at the end of that half when he denied the Zambians what looked a sure goal. What a half of football though between these two nations.
Malawi, of course, I think they surprised me. I think
Sikuphatheleni izindaba zakho ngolimi lwakho kwisiteshi sakho osithandayo ngendlela ozithanda.
Welcome back as we get ready to get the second half underway here in what's been an exciting match up to this point between Zambia and Malawi in as far as the 2023 Hollywood Bets Cassava Cup. A battle in Group B if you are just joining us. And Comores sits on top, having beaten Seychelles 3-0 earlier on in the day. For Malawi, an own goal sees them leading, and they start the second half looking to extend that lead. Get the head up, that's on target, but a comfortable save. Malawi picking up where they left off.
You gotta appreciate sizing. For me, it's still a little wide, very wide. But look at the understanding. As the game was happening on the right hand side or left hand side of the attack, he sneaked behind, played a little bit narrow to attack that ball in the center of the box. That's clever. That's a lot of intelligence and effort, of course. Remember, you don't just find yourself high up there. You have to make the effort to get there.
So these two nations, part of only 7 nations that have played in every edition of the Cassava Cup up to this point from 1997. The others are Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Mozambique, and Namibia. So add Zambia and Malawi to that, you've got 7 that have been there at every edition since 97. This is the 22nd year of the edition, by the way.
And Zambia winning the first 2 editions.
Yep. Now, here they are, looking to find a way back into this match. Actually down with the ball onto this near side. First touch showed a bit too much then from Mashata. Back to the circle for the corner.
Now let's see what kind of top did Zambia have in that dressing room. For me, it was only in line with trying to bypass that middle, because there is a block of 5. Defensive, not only defensive, but also able to attack in that middle.
Now, pull in to the near post, back into the danger area. And they've also made a change, the Zambians, as we saw a moment ago, which would give the impression it also came from the chat they had during the half-time break.
I guess Muntari has been missing a bit of action here. This was for the camera. I think, as far as I'm concerned, he could have just shuffled across and picked that ball easily. But you know what? Now and then, you want to get down and just calm the game down a little bit, you know, as you take time to get up. So let's just give him a little bit of an excuse for him coming up with that spectacular dive.
That was completely Sanudi's experience was under him as he came down there. But I'm sure he understood as captain. Yeah, this is his moment for the cameras. Now, especially on this near side, you have to exploit good movement, good passing. Again, there's numbers moving in towards the box. Good hard running here defensively. That's solid play defensively. Impressive. And avoided the corner. Top-notch defensive play. Quick, strong, and athletic senses about him. Impressive.
The only one other advantage that he had is that the Malawian attacker is right-footed, so he couldn't wrap his foot around to get the ball across. So he just had to use his body to extend that little distance between the attacker and the ball.
Mentioned that the city is getting quite used to hosting these Cassava Cups now. Third occasion that they've hosted it. That being Tebini on the Cassava Cup. Relationship continues to grow. Another city that's done a great job at hosting is Port Elizabeth. The ladies came there last year, and there's been a few visits to Port Elizabeth in the past. Remember those time when Rustenburg played its part as well out in the northwest. I think I was down there with you, Shongwe.
I think this is where you're going to give credit to the organizing committee, because they go around doing these presentations and give reasons why the province, what the province can benefit from being the host. and it is clear the benefits are there, activating the economy. Showing a bit too much of the ball.
Yep. Oh. Waited to the very last minute to play that. Trying to read whether they could win a corner, a goal kick or not out of that situation. Now, Spacey had to try and move things around. There's Mutale. Looks for the 1-2. Joshua Mutale, of course, coming up the bench. Battling in the middle of the park here with Aaron, who was very impressive in the first half. He was late to that challenge, Aaron. So set pieces to the Zambians. Mutale already looking to shake things up in the middle of the park and maybe take the dominance away from Aaron that we saw. So, early ball in then. Easily defended towards the near post. Now, what we saw from Malawi in the first half, for those that weren't with us at times, was the ability to hit on the counter. It hasn't quite presented itself, but obviously when the Zambians do have situations like the last hit ball, they'll be very wary of that and would have touched on it in the half-time chats. Space to try and work it out wide, but predictable.
But Shatta, who I expect a lot more. You know, the thing is that jersey number 10 is there's so much more expected. And also, you expect it to be a bit more into the attack, a bit more offensive play. It seems to lie central, whereby it doesn't give him the moments to actually create things a little bit higher in the field where he can maybe create a scoring chance.
Lacking his involvement since he's come on here. In number 17, Joshua Mutale. So operating in the middle of the park, he nimble, gets around, covers some ground, then wants the ball most importantly. The Power Dynamos player. He's involved again now. That's a good pass to this near side. Momentum lost just a bit here for the Zambians, but they have a chance to try and work the cross in there. Good defensive work towards the intentions of Chipeshi. Plays for Red Arrows Football Club. There's Benedict Chipeshi. That pass wasn't asking too much of the keeper, who kept a cool head on his shoulders as he worked it upfield in. Did Francis Mwanza. Better from the Zambians here. One could argue in the early stages of the second half, but just holding on to it. Nice turn under pressure as well. Buys a bit more time and space by losing the next opponent. Oh, that's lovely. Impressive here from the Malawans. And they get the decision. I'm not going. I know they can jam.
When you've got a goal in your favor, that gives you this type of feeling and moments where you can steer the ball a little bit without having to necessarily rush.
Nice reverse pass. Now there's a chance, but he just couldn't take it inside. The pass had completely hoodwinked the entire defense. And what looked a great chance comes to nothing.
First touch lets him down. I've never been a striker, but I've often felt that sometimes when you get a more open chance, your knees just crumble. I can't even explain that. Maybe that's what happened, because he had no business letting go. It's not like it was a hard pass to him. It came rolling, truckling into his foot.
Yeah.
Kamwembe.
It was perfectly set. Perfectly set.
Imagine how important the second goal can be for Malawi. Put them a little bit closer to the 3 points. I know it's still pretty much a long time before this game comes to an end.
And Bamba, teammates looking to punish him for that miss. is the overheads, and he can turn around that quickly. Actually done then by Brighton Mentali in just maintaining a position. As a goalkeeper, it's very hard to anticipate an overhead kick. Could be going this way or that, so you settle in and pray. Since you're a name that's growing in the goalkeeping departments. Brighton, Clong, Brighton Mentali.
I like what I've seen already.
Yeah?
Yes, might not have the biggest of
Posture.
bodies and the height, which is always a big requirement for any goalkeeper.
Good first touch! Oh! Again, good positional play from Brighton Mentali is the major differentiating factor there. And there was only so much of an angle to work with for Chipesh.
Yeah, the angle looked a little bit tight. Look at it, he passes the ball. In fact, instead of Chipets, it's Lebamba.
Lebamba, yeah.
I mean, that was a tight angle still. That must have stung Mentali's hands to some extent.
Much better from the Zambians, you said.
I think they actually getting over this, There's calmness in their build-up. There's composure. They're beginning to find one another. Maybe not with a lot of ease, but they're able to hold in the ball a little longer than they did in that first half.
If you look at the ball possession stats for just this half, I suspect Zambia are well in the lead.
I won't be surprised, yes. If you talk about maybe the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah. The way the momentum is beginning to switch or has switched into this match means we could be looking at one of those situations where beyond the 1 hour mark, you've got one team just holding on whilst the other is pressing on looking for the equalizer. Moses shown in your picture a moment ago with reason to believe that a side, at least from a playing point of view, have turned things around.
Which obviously clearly a result of the chat they had in that first half. And it's up to Mabedi now to escalate his moments. I mean, we've seen teams that will come with different sets of plays at different depending on time.
That was close. That was close again. Right inside, they did well not to be distracted by all the traffic in front of him. Signs are there for the Zambians. Positive signs, I mean.
Just trying to work it out. What kind of impact will Taleb had in suddenly looking in Zambia, being able to stabilize things and get a more hold of the ball. Recycling the ball. I think they played at 120 kilometers an hour in that first half, which means everything was rushed. And looking now, it's like they suddenly are recycling the ball at some stage and looking just to take it easy and build up with a bit of composure. It's not everything forward with every chance that they get, which the teams are playing at the same pace. Sometimes can make for ugly football. If you talk about ball position being lost every time you build up. That's right.
Far side official is from Botswana, Hasila Malefe. On the near side we do have Kharama Kwena from South Africa. Next referee, Gabriel Dintwa from Botswana. Now, in another moment, nothing too hectic, but
Signs.
Signs that all it takes is one error or one right touch and the Zambians could be through.
And also, you can see that the defenders are beginning to have more time on the ball. Now is it a question of Kawonga and Kumwembe slowing down, maybe running out of energy that can apply the right pressure. The minute you start coming second in situation, it means the defensive side or group are going to have more time on the ball, meaning better build-ups. You see, no pressure. It's all a Zambian ball. They have time to look up and see where the right positions are. Delivery poor.
Even so, now our mark has popped up. 30 remains. And for the Zambians, slowly things have turned in their favor here. You could argue they've got maybe the momentum and very little else, but here they are winning it back once again in a great area. Again, it's a question of the final ball inside the final third.
It's small moments like this where you see that there is a turn in as far as the direction that the game is going. I think that's exactly what Italy has done.
No. And we are asking questions again. Wasn't too worried. Was a Brighton mentality, didn't throw himself at it, but it's a Kampamba again. Frustrated as he sees his effort go wide.
You can see his thinking is that when he gets an opportunity in that type of range, he's not afraid to take his chance and fire a shot.
Now, it's the Malawans that's trying to tide here, but we've seen them attack here in the second half. Here they are pushing forward, even though they have a man down. Now, cross come shots. Deflection, they're appealing for a penalty. All eyes on the referee. Decision is made. Corner.
Of course, question marks. Now, we'll have the opportunity to look at a replay. Was the hand tight into his body or was it out there hanging? It doesn't matter if he was looking at the ball or not. It is
Simple.
considered making himself bigger
Yep.
if the hand is not lined up with the body.
Like the body language of the Zambians. To survive the moment, here they are picking each other's spirits up. I say he was right. If it hit the left arm, I don't think there's a problem. If it hit the right arm, you might have an issue.
Yeah. So you can see the body is tightly into his body as it turns. So I think it is. I was worried about him maybe running out of, the enthusiasm that we saw in that first half. Which I said maybe he's falling short in being able to keep the defenders on their toes. Let's look at this, how it happens. Oops! I know he got him. That's not about him getting tired.
No.
He was caught and missed by the referee. It'll be interesting to see just what kind of distance was he to not spot it, not to have spotted.
Well, I'll tell you what, doesn't look good. It never looks good when they're strapped up in this sort of fashion. Get the impression it could be a bit more serious than it looks. We hope it's not that serious and that we'll see him back soon. Well, almost like that, at times welcomed by a side like Malawi, who have seen the momentum somewhat switch, and one or two moments where the game comes down and you can breathe again and press the reset button.
Very
Nothing's
important.
happening all fast around you. Tell you what though, one man in the middle of the park that certainly come in and made things interesting is Joshua Motale. Winning the ball back here and his energy level is always right.
And the other thing that I like about him is always very composed.
Yeah.
Like I said, the game was played at 120 kilometers an hour in that first half. He's brought that calmness and a little bit of order, whereby it's not necessary to play forward all the time. He can find players around him just to slow things down. A bit more constructive play.
So, Confirmation then. Tate Ruby made that challenge was as bad as it looked actually. Nasty little challenge. We're hoping we'll be back on Mwembe sooner rather than later. In the meantime, Chivundo Pasi comes on in his place. Pasi is a striker, plays club football out in Zambia, so he'll know the people he's up against. Will Pasi plays for Zenico out in Zambia, so they'll know him too. One can suspect, so makes things interesting. In the meantime, there could be a problem or two here. Mulambia seems to be struggling.
If the players are feeling the effects of this game, you must understand that the speed that they play that first half, it's just so intense. It's not funny.
Well, they know, 25 more minutes, and they could be celebrating a huge win and the biggest upset of this tournament so far. And what's there up there in the VIP area is another very important person in Southern African football, centre screen then, Mark Fish.
Suresh Singh as well.
Yep.
He's a part of our panels in the show Soccer Africa. But those that dare to see that much of our football.
Of course, Mark Fish seeing William somewhere earlier on in the day, caught him by the lifts and trying to get him to go up the stairs rather than take the lift.
Felix, the head of referees in Africa.
Yes.
He's here obviously monitoring the referees and their performances, and they do hold sessions with them. There is a room that has been set aside for them to refuse some of the decisions made, and they're able to obviously address us thereafter to say, okay, this incident, this is what happened. You have a chance to get the opportunity to clear it with the viewers, say come the next game or something like that. So it's all here, it's all happening. It's not just about the game itself. It's
referees.
Yes.
Protected the under-17s in Eswatini last year, November I think it was. They had something similar where the referees were being assessed every day after every game. They came from different parts of Southern Africa, of course. They were being assessed every game, really, after every day. So I happened to stay in the same hotel as the referees. You could see them going into their little conference room daily. It was almost like going to exams, the way they look coming in and going out those conference rooms.
It's that
gets hectic.
serious.
It gets very hectic in there.
That's serious. That if you found to have been sleeping on the job, you sent home immediately.
I think 2 were sent home. Then
it's only the second day of the tournament, so there hasn't been a lot of decisions that will make us maybe think that these referees could be in danger. Yesterday, of course, if I may have the chance to maybe correct it further, I did mention it. The attempt by Eswatini that ended up into the hand of the defending team of Botswana, it wasn't a penalty based on the fact that the rule says if the ball ricochets from any playing limb into the hand, it's not a penalty. Not unless it is the attacking player.
Yeah. Now, good movement on the near side. Early ball back into the danger area here. Again, the Zambians doing a good job of just setting up defensively here, not inviting any telling balls into the box. Sometimes the setup alone forces his opponents all the way back to the halfway line when they've gotten into the final third.
Which is defensively a good thing, but also for the team that goes all the way back, it means they are able to hold into the ball possession. That's our man, Mutale.
Busy but under pressure. Every step of the way he's in. Just quickly does look to get involved. Maybe the best attribute I've seen from him so far is his willingness to open himself up in want of the ball. Always in the mood. Zambians here with the ball on the set near side with Chipeshi initially. They will be making a change soon. Will the Zambians. Mulambia will be making way. And Kangwanda will come on in his place. That's the time then keeping him moving. In the end, it never really looked like leaving his foot, did it?
Remember that is, like I said, for me, he's one player that for him to get the ball in any of those areas, he thinks one way. But he was in a standing position, he didn't build up enough momentum to create or generate power.
So, here is the Australia spoke of a little earlier, the Red Arrows Football Club man comes on here with 20 minutes to firstly grab a point or move on to grab all 3 points.
20 minutes or so remaining.
Now, both given away here in an area of some concern as a 1-2, very nearly saw them play it through behind the defense. Get the feeling that's all this game needs, just one moment of that nature, and it's either Malawi to extend the lead or Zambia to tie the scoreline. What numbers forward, no in, straight down the middle, too narrow. Now that is a foul. Definite foul, then. That's good forward play. Where the outquested of the defender, yellow card is also a deserving one, but very much impressed with Kaonga then. And how he noted, look, it's a one-on-one, let's go for it.
Listen, very explosive in his 10, and Kunguluma wasn't going to recover there. I think he did the best thing. Yes, it came at the cost of a card. Kawonga there was decisive in his approach. He was taking him on with speed, very explosive. Did well, Nguluma.
Now, Malawi would love that second goal to come right about now. Well, the clip of the line, credit to them. Now, ball in. Could have played that earlier on, much earlier to defender, but was mindful that his presence there meant the man on the front foot, Libamba, couldn't necessarily see the attackers. When Libamba realized what he was actually trying to do was too late. He was going to protect the ball out for the corner rather than concede the throw-in, which it looked like he was going to do all the way from the beginning.
Game is taking a little bit of a dip, and it's becoming a little bit cagey. It's coming to that time of the game whereby you start to think, can you hold on to it? And instead, it's Zambia now that should be upping their game to see if they can end it very strong. But for Malawi, catches that might look, they've got the goal, they've got the lead. It's within their rights to try and delay the game as much as they can.
Well, 15 minutes remaining on the clock here. We mentioned that with Comores scoring 3 goals earlier on in the day, chances of either one of these sides running away with a scoreline in that nature in this match was very slim.
Not enough support.
Now,
Suddenly.
chance from range. Biting the shots. Nothing wrong with the idea to have a crack then. Pass it. So he take a slight deflection out for the corner.
Just came in a few minutes ago. Swai still has the energy to cover the distance and helping the attack. And pass it.
Mabedi will be hoping for the second now more than at any other time now. Nicely done by the keeper. Good confident call as well.
Yeah. But also, the decision that he makes not hold it. There's so much pressure around it.
Now, Malawian fans doing their bit to once again get behind the team here as Ghana.
Well read by the defender.
Yep. So, time now, a serious factor. Zambia. One would feel like we need something special just to walk away with 3 points here. Never mind, get something out of this match. If they are intending to win it, we need something special. More special than a few shots that had on target. So, we've got up to Malawi in that regard.
So, if Zambia manages to score a goal and the game ends 1-0, it means Comores has even a better chance because they'll be up against Seychelles.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be up against one of these two because they've already got 3 points from Seychelles. But it means it's within their hands. They can at least control the game from that point of view. A draw with one of these keeps one of them out of the chase.
Now, throw it in here. Now, here's a chance for the Zambians to try and launch yet another attack here. Nothing coming over it. Malawi will be holding on now. Handled well. That's nicely done on the chest as it turns, and look at how he's tearing up as we across the to take up a position inside the box. Well, that was a good ball. It's a decent ball. That's beautifully defended. Masterfully defended under immense pressure.
Listen, I'm a little bit worried about that. Too confident. I mean, for me, I would have just played it out with the clean body, without. He prefers to bring it down with the chest. And, yes, it looks cool.
Header. Didn't get enough meat onto it, but I do believe the man that came in off the press, and Mutale did get a touch onto them in the near post. Mistake defensively. Now we're looking to finish it off. Chopped it up for the man in field, and in the end, a chance to put this game to bed is kind of begging. Zambia have a lifeline they might want to use here. Especially considering they made the mistake defensively.
Just trying to look what it was. It's Kawonga I'll be disappointed with because I know he can be very explosive. He's got the speed, he's got the strength to protect the ball. There he is again.
The ball in field here. Couple of runners, this is a chance, but pretty sharp goalkeeping. Flash. Keep up behind the flash, made his mind up early. The timing of everything he did there was on the money.
Whole idea though was excellent, except for that maybe that ball, the pass or the directional ball was a little bit wider, which left the goalkeeper with a bit of advantage. From one end to the other, immediately.
With 10 remaining in this second half, I have to go back to our thoughts at the start of the second half when we wondered about the coaching and the halftime chat and how it would change this game. And the credit, whatever happened from this point on to Moses and Sean, it came out second half and the game was not the same as the first. These men up the ante, they changed the tactics, and Malawi haven't quite been as flowing as they were in the first half. So not only did it give to the Zambians going forward, was importantly took away from the Malawians going forward. Again.
He does it again. Oh man, Charlie.
Okay, hey.
What's wrong with you, son?
That's the second time he's done that.
You saw the player that has just walked in. Harry Milanza.
Yep.
I'm not sure if there's any relation with another Harry Milanza. He was a top striker for Zambia. During the 97, during the beginning stages of the Pacific Cup. Top man. I think he came to South Africa and played for Golden Arrows as well. Can't be just an independent name. He might have been Harry Milanza Jr. or something. We'll do our own investigation.
Well, you never know. Sometimes people do name people after those that inspire them. After my last trip to Malawi, I learned that the hard way. Maybe there's a season where they name now running around in the streets of Malawi. And I say this humbly, I'm not being, but yeah, you never know who you inspire. You know, I ran into someone who obviously named his son since when I was humbled. So, let's go back. Back into time, and to a time that could be crucial to the way things unfold going forward here. Then the goal was scored. Just want to confirm here the change that will be happening first. And making way here is Kaonga. Willard coming on in his place, Frank Willard. The midfielder plays for Nyasa Pick Bullets out in Malawi. That's one of the most famous clubs to come out of Malawi, Nyasa Pick Bullets. And name always jumps out at one.
Anything to do with bullets reminds me of Kinapiri, one of the legendary strikers in that part of land. He came into the kingdom of Swatini and was the player coach for Manzini Wanderers. Man, did he play as a country?
Really?
As a player, unbelievable.
And as a coach.
Obviously, being able to carry a responsibility. He led by example.
Also spent some time down at Free State Stars as a coach, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I remember him well. I can actually picture him in my head.
He launched this book last year.
Yeah.
I was invited to come to Malawi, but there were no flights, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
All flights were booked because there was a big event of the big pastor.
Oh, yeah, I was actually down there during the time. And it was a huge event.
Yes.
I was actually surprised at how many middle-aged to older generations of Africans were traveling on that flight to Malawi. Because I'm thinking, I didn't know Malawi was that popular from a South African point of view, because many are speaking Xhosa, Sotho, but I'm talking the older generation, only to land and find out the pastor's got a huge event happening.
You don't want to mention his name.
You know, that's the most shocking thing. Driving out of the airport, there's this big banner of these.
The major one.
You can't miss it. Right out of the airport. Huge. The biggest banner out there.
He's transforming the economy in Malawi.
They say he's building a city out there.
Indeed.
Oh, you heard?
Listen, that's big news, man. You can't miss it with the internet, and YouTube, everywhere.
Now everyone's wondering. As we look back at this challenge and get back to the football, and that's the moment that's made a huge difference. It's the own goal from earlier, and well, at this point, Malawi were enjoying themselves in the first half. They were marched on from there to the last 5 minutes of this game. Abedi so close to making a real statement in starting off this COSAFA Cup of 2023. William Jongwe, so close.
You know, talking to him, you know, he talked to the coaches and before he even do the interview with them, kind of chat with them a little bit on the side. And he was obviously lamenting about all the other things that didn't happen, like the lack of preparation and some of the players that couldn't make it. And but he said, you know what? I've got this funny belief. I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, no, don't worry, let's talk after the game.
Really?
I'm telling you.
So the point, about 30 minutes into the game, you and I agreed on one thing. It's scoreline and still no then. With no matter what would transpire going forward, Malawi were making a statement and would have a target on their backs just because of the way they'd gone about the first 30 minutes of the game. Here we are at 85 minutes, and
what I like is they were the underdogs.
Yeah.
And yet they didn't play like underdogs. And they basically made the statement right from the beginning that we had to play. And probably the other thing that could have gone wrong with Zambians, I think they might have come here overconfident with all the recent achievement. And which is something that the coach managed to change in that break. And they came out differently, except that maybe they haven't had that open type of chance at goal.
Credit to Malawi for that. Yep, but he's feeling the effects late in the game here. And why not come out and enjoy the football, yeah? Getting a bit chilly here in the night time. What I love about the crowd is it's a perfectly Southern African crowd. Now, time. A big factor that's working against Moses Sishoni. I was looking to confirm who was the injured party there, just couldn't pick him up for you. We'll still look to confirm that as time moves forward here, or the game moves on rather I should say. With 10 on the field for Malawi. Now, Andrews here, looking to get some inroads on this near side with under 3 minutes remaining. Yeah, things are getting intense. They are fighting for every inch. Both sets of players here. Decision going against Omawaluma. Operating in the heart of that defense. And William Shaw will now begin the short trek down to the side of the field where he'll be preparing to host the post-match interviews. And again, I suggest you stick around to listen to three legends having a leisurely chat. Sean Webb plus the two legendary coaches, all three of them making for legends. Now, holding field, yeah, there could be a chance for the Manawans. It's a half opportunity at best. Not enough power on the shot then from Itana. Zambia running out of time here. Early with the four forwards. No problems for Malawi's defense. Now, can they hit on the counter-attack? Out the zone, not just yet anyway. Good challenge in the league one from killing Kanguluma. Now, ball over to that far side. The first touch isn't bad, but got a bit too much to the keeper. Frustration then. In the end for Abraham Siankombo. Bastos in off the bench. There's the Azanako man. Three minutes added on to the 90. 3 minutes from Malawi grabbing a crucial 3 points against the defending champions in just starting off the 2023 Hollywood Best Cassava Cup. Everything that is worrisome on many levels for the Zambians. Yes, there is no threat to goal just yet, but you've given away the corner. It's the 91st minute and the 2 minutes remaining. Now you've got to defend, and trust me, Malawi will spend as much time as possible on that side of the field. They've already began to eat away at the clock by making the changes. All this from Kanguluma's little error in the touch. By the time they're done with all of this, there'll be a minute left. Tazia comes in for Saizo's, had a very good game. Foul against Malawi. Now they'll be in a hurry, the Zambians. And a minute remaining. That's nicely done on the near post. In defending the danger. Now, another ball floated in. Once again, the defense quick to get to it. Shot across, he has a chance. Is there one too many touches in there? The answer is yes, from an offensive point of view. Way too many touches. There was a slight window to release the shot. They didn't take it. Now they may have problems, the Zambians, as Malawi push forward. Sensibly done in trying to eat away at the clock out to that far side. Seconds remaining now, under 10. There you have it. It's Malawi that start off the 2023 Hollywood Best Cassava Cup by defeating the defending champions in Group B. What a performance from Malawi. First half, they really didn't let their intentions be known. Once they grabbed the lead through their own goal, they shored up defensively and hardly gave anything away to the Zambians. All the while, their fans played a great part in the entire thing, getting behind them every step of the way and willing them past that winning line. They made a statement to Malawi. Others have set up and we're all taking notes. It's Babedi's men that have grabbed the headlines and will grab the headlines going into tomorrow morning, and as far as this Cassava Cup. They beat the defending champions. Now they've got a mark on their back. And then as far as Group B goes, both these nations still will have the island nations to have to deal with, the Comores as well as Seychelles. So that's the football to be played, and great match that's just got underway in Group B. It's Malawi that walk away with the 1-0 win over Zambia, and Zambia that have it all to do in turning it around. So we go back to a corner, see defenders getting in each other's way, and an own goal. That's the most telling moment of this match. And now we grab the lead. Gambia weren't able to turn it around from that point on.